RV Alistair here, back at you with another snow day. Global warming doesn't exist. So I'm a teacher, and we have been having snow days since Friday. It is currently Wednesday, and I don't think I'm going to work this week. Yesterday was my first day outside in the wild, and I had a great time. I went for tea. I'll tell you about it later. But today I am finally going to get back into the gym. I gotta get my reps in, so I'm gonna go do that. Maybe grab a smoothie, and then what a wonderful day for writing. I haven't been in my car in 6 days. I've been starting it, so everything runs smoothly. It's toasty in here, but it's pretty buried. Back from the gym. I'm not gonna be up on my shoulders tomorrow. Run a couple errands and then get home. Let's do it.
You say you want it, so come and get it the hard way. Could be platonic, you gotta know how to move me. It's not ironic, you're taking over my body. Show me you can do it, make me skip a heartbeat.
So, back home, back to the office, almost ready to get some writing done. I feel like I'm kind of like stalling, delaying writing this, which I'm going to just like push myself through because what I'm currently working on is a great story. I know it's a great story, but it is a depressing one. It is an emotional downer to write. So it's just rough, especially coming off of writing Blue Lights projects, because Blue Lights is a very fun. It was after the first book. It's very fun, but Blue Lights is very fun for me to write. I really enjoy those characters, the shenanigans that they get into. But this one is adult. This one deals with a lot of heavy emotions and a lot of questions of purpose. If we as humans actually have a purpose, and what happens when that purpose can no longer be met. So it's emotionally draining. It is currently 3 o'clock. I have until 7 before people actually start arriving back home. I think today I'm going to try to get 3,000 words in. I'm going to try to push through 3,000 words. I can't really tell you what the word count currently is because I had to like alter a lot of things for the outline. So what I did was So, at some point, I realized that this character that I had, I wanted him to be a good-hearted person, but I realized he's not. He's not good-hearted at all. So I went through all my Scrivener. I use Scrivener, kind of love it. And for each chapter, I kind of just create this like rough outline where I have like some lines of dialogue. It's mostly just action. It's not a lot here, but it's just what I can work with to know what each chapter is going to be about and to give me like an approximate of how long it might be. And I had to do that because like the original outline that I wrote was for a character who was supposed to be a good guy, kind of. He did go to hell. So there's that. But I wanted him to be good natured at first. And as I was writing him, I'm like, the dude is self-centered and egotistical. He's not making the choices that he's making for the betterment of other people. He's not doing anything out of the kindness of his heart. He's selfish. He wants to be the best Grim Reaper that there is. He's a Grim Reaper in a world where there are multiple Grim Reapers. It's like a job. Like, you come into the office, you get your paperwork for the day, you set off to do your work. It's like case management. Or a bill collector, I guess. But that's their job. That's his job. And he currently is the best in his department. And he wants to remain the best, meaning that he cannot have any lost souls. A lost soul is a soul that does not make it through the walk of life. The walk of life is that moment when how people say like your life flashes before your eyes before you die. From the human realm of earth to your afterlife, you must walk through the walk of life. Through this path that shows you the memories from your life. It is the job of the Reaper to make sure that the soul gets all the way through this tunnel to the light on the other side. That way they can go forward to their afterlife, whether it be heaven or hell. But some people get stuck. They find themselves asking too many questions and wanting to relive or revisit these moments of life, and they can't move forward. These become the lost souls. They get trapped in that walk of life, trapped forever, viewing these memories over and over again, and they can't move on. In the world that I created, your soul has a lifetime of lifetimes. So souls are reincarnated. But a soul ages like a human life. So a soul gets a lifetime of lifetimes, and it gets between 80 to 100 cycles on earth before it hits its final judgment. So a lot of the time, most of the time, when these souls are being taken through the walk of life, it's just temporary. They serve their time in heaven or hell, and then they are reincarnated and brought back to earth to try again. But once you run out of those lifetimes and your final judgment is made, that is when you remain in either heaven or hell. Our main character, Cyrus, is a Reaper because he, in his last life, and in his final judgment, landed himself in hell. Now, lower level sinners have the opportunity to become a Grim Reaper over time. You can get jobs because eternity is forever boring. Same thing on the angel side, or on the heaven side. Now Cyrus, he did have a soulmate. A soulmate is somebody that you spend every lifetime with. It does not necessarily mean that you are going to be the love of each and every lifetime, but you do spend every lifetime together. And when his soulmate's last lifetime came around, his soulmate went to heaven while he went to hell. And they weren't able to find each other again until his soulmate, Harry, became an angel and he became a reaper. Reapers are able to go to earth, heaven, and hell, and they reside in the area known as 6, for 6 feet under is the area in which all the reapers live and work. And also where death lives. Death is in charge of the reapers. Harry becomes an angel, and angels are allowed to explore heaven and earth. They cannot go any lower than earth, but that means that they are able to see each other now on earth and in heaven, for as long as Cyrus doesn't go beyond his time limits that reapers are under, where they are only allowed a certain amount of time that they are allowed to be away from 6. Otherwise, they get dragged back and can be punished. But the reuniting of soulmates is not the story here. The main story has to do with Cyrus and him making a deal with a human soul in order for them to cross over, because he didn't want to break his record of never having a lost soul. So, when this old man passed away and he was taken through the walk of life, he became very concerned about his granddaughter. His granddaughter, who was an only child of an only child. She has no siblings, no cousins, no real relationships with anyone, really. She spent her entire life taking care of other people. Spent her childhood watching after her sick mother, her adulthood watching after, her teenage years watching after her grandmother. And then when she went off to college, her grandmother got ill again, and she dropped out of college to take care of her grandmother. And after her grandmother passed, that's when her grandfather fell ill, and he eventually passed as well. So she, Iris, is left with no one. And she has always only known herself to be the person who cared for others. But now she can't do that anymore because there's no one left. She feels she has no purpose. And she doesn't care about anyone left on the planet. And this worries her grandfather, because he believes that she will attempt to take her own life. To which she does. But before she does, Cyrus the Reaper makes a deal with the old soul, saying that he would watch over her to make sure that she lived a full life. Now, Reapers, when making a deal with a human soul, they have to uphold that deal. Otherwise, if they break said deal, they have to spend a lifetime in hell, meaning that is another lifetime that he will be away from his soulmate. So, deal making is not something that is recommended for Reapers, but with his record on the line and his ego way too high, he makes the deal and promises to look after her and promises that she will live a full life. Now, it is his responsibility to make sure that this woman who wants to die stays alive for his sake and his sake alone. And this is whew, it's a lot. It's a lot. Because I also, in this story, the question is analyzed of, does someone have the right to take their own life? To just decide to not live anymore? Can't someone make that choice? Well, can someone make that choice for themselves? Or must they be forced to live a life that they no longer want? And these are adults, so it's not like children or anything of that nature, but it is a question to ask that never really gets an answer, because not all questions need answers, but it makes for difficult writing sessions because I'm tapping on such unstable grounding here. And I know like how this all comes together. I know how it all ends. And it doesn't end good. There are I don't know about if I say there are no happy endings here, but it's a lot. But before I dive into it, I'm about to eat the rest of my chicken wrap that I got from Tropical Smoothie. And while I was out in my endeavors, came across something. Protein soda. I'm usually one to like never really hit my mark on protein. It's very rare that I actually hit my protein goals. And not only did I come across this, I also came across for the first time clear protein. That's supposed to be like juice instead of like chalky shakes. So I got some sample packs of that I'm gonna try. Not today, but today I'm about to try protein soda and see how that goes. It's also a lot of caffeine in here, so I will not be taking a nap today. Now let's find something motivating on YouTube to watch while I eat, before I dive in. Speaking of YouTube, like, my YouTube channel is going like surprisingly okay. Wasn't expecting that. 40 subscribers. Could be 41 if you join. But yeah, like, subscribe. I'm getting better. Like, this is something new. And you're never great at something new the first time. I actually just heard from a YouTuber that I watched, CY or YC Image, but he had said, referring to the world of AI and creativity, that in a world where everything is perfect, we're craving the imperfections. And I really love that. It kind of takes the pressure off of a lot of things when you are trying to create that, because perfection can be generated by AI. You kind of don't even want to be perfect anymore. Which is something I can get behind. Like, the bar has always been set way too high for creativity, which stops so many people from actually just like trying. And I think that this kind of lowers the starting threshold a bit, because you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be here. And showing up is something that we can all do. Whether it's here on the screen, in our writing, it's just, we have to try and not give up on ourselves the second that things aren't going the way we want. I mean, I'm over here clapping for 40 subscribers, while to some people that might not be a lot. But to me, that's 40 people who have decided that I have something to say that they are willing to listen to. And that's amazing. Like, my books. Although my books do not sell like exponentially well, I do make consistent sales. I make at least one sale a month, so that's consistent enough. I haven't like had a flat-lined month at all. And I know that I didn't put out like the worst thing ever. People actually enjoy the story. Well, the stories. It's just I gotta get better at letting people know that they exist. So here I am, and I'm about to eat. So I'll be back. All right, so I have finished eating and got caught up on a little bit of news. Is this on? Yes, it's on. All right, so I have finished eating, got caught up on a bit of news, and I guess I will start my first writing session. So let me cut on my depressing playlist and put you at a different angle, and we shall begin. I do make playlists for like most of my projects, so just gonna play that. Seeing as I'm writing is that she is flying through and showing no recognition at all to anything that is happening around her. So because of this numbingness, because she is not feeling anything right now, she's just flying through, putting things in piles, placing things to areas, throwing things away. She's just moving. And he is concerned. Again, not really concerned for the well-being of her, but concerned for the matter of she can't die. Because if she dies, he has to go back to hell. And some other things happen that raise the stakes here. So he really can't mess this up, because now it's not that he'll return to hell for a lifetime, but he will return to hell for all of eternity, like he was supposed to serve in the first place. Because he let his ego get the best of him again and went and challenged God himself. Boy. All right, back to writing. I actually do have to pick my niece up soon for a job interview, a hopeful job interview. So, get as much as I can done before that. Also, I'm about to cut this propane heater on because it is freezing, and my heat is very lackluster. So I'm about to cut on a propane heater and hope that my fingers stop going numb, because I am writing in agony right now. And I don't want to write with gloves on, but my hands are very cold. $5:48. I'm gonna go take a nap. editing RV here. I didn't get to film an outro to this because my partner had came home and my house is very small. So if I'm talking to myself in one room, my partner can hear me no matter what room of the house they are in. And I'm awkward. Still not quite used to this talking to a camera thing yet, but I did actually end up meeting my goal of 3,000 words that day. So, props to me. The story to live for. This is a challenging one for me. I've kind of gotten used to like kind of cruising through stories, but this one's sitting with me. And I hope that means this is a good thing. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with me. Like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. And if you want to hear me talk more about my projects that I'm currently working on, let me know. I can make more videos on things like that. But editing RV, signing off. Remember to listen to your inner monologue.